today I am doing a collab with FlowerJuleDrops. She is an amazing artist on YouTube, and she is the one who made the intro for this video. I will leave the video where she showed this intro as well as her channel in the iCard and in the description down below. Please check her out and go to her part of this collab and tell her that I sent you. She is super duper talented. I feel like I said this in her video where she showed off the intro, but I'm gonna say it again. Thank you so much to FlowerJuleDrops. She is super talented and really amazing, and that intro was great, so thank you. So what we are both doing today is an art style swap. So she draws in my art style, I draw in hers, and her art style is a very anime-like art style, you know? So I was doing these 4 thumbnails beforehand to try to get a feel for her art style and also try to design my character that I'm drawing today. We both also decided that we would do some like opposite best friend type theme. So I did a guy with fire powers, so he's like a calm dude, but he uses fire powers, and I think she is doing a tough girl with ice powers. So that was the idea for this. So with these thumbnails, I was trying to get a feel for what kind of character I wanted to create. And for the bottom left thumbnail, I think I did the eyes really well. So I was thinking of using those. And for the guy on the bottom right, I was thinking of using the boots that he had there, and also his hair. I think his hair was done really well in that picture. So for as far as the top left picture, I was thinking of keeping the jacket, just getting rid of the lettering on it because the lettering didn't go as well as I thought it would. And for the guy on the top right, I was thinking of keeping the fire sort of thing that he had there, because I think at the bottom thumbnails I did the fire a little bit differently. But for the top right, it came out really well, so I was thinking of keeping the fire the same way I drew it there. And with that, let's get started with the final product then, shall we? So here I started the sketch for the final product. And the final product, I wanted his stance to be not necessarily stiff, like not very stiff, but not as dynamic as I do for a lot of my poses that I might usually do. Like, I feel like for a calm-ish character, they would have more of a, like, relaxed pose, so it wouldn't be as dynamic as, like, running or, like, floating or any other dynamic pose you can think of, like someone turning their head. It wouldn't be as dynamic as that, per se. So, you know, trying to keep the calm sort of mood that I wanted for this character, since I wanted this character to be a calm fire user. So I had him have his hand in his jacket. You know, I felt like that would be a really calm thing to do, you know, just kind of relaxed, doing his thing. And FlowerJuleDrops also sent me some references of how she drew girls and guys in her style. So one of the references had the eyes looking sort of upwards, like up into the right, so I figured I could draw the eyes a similar way. And for the hair I kind of kept somewhat similar as in the reference that I had the bottom right thumbnail, but I didn't want it to be too like different from her art style. As you can see here, I started with the line art, but then I realized that I was kind of doing it the way I normally did it, and she doesn't have as thick of line art as I do. Because for my art style, I normally have like thicker line art on the outside and thinner line art on the inside. So you could kind of see here I did some line variation, which I don't think she normally does, but I normally do. I just tried to keep it to a minimum with the line variation because she doesn't normally do that. So here is where it really comes in with the try to do it in her art style and try not to have my art style influence the piece too much, you know? So here, my art style kind of influenced it a little bit, but I don't think it influenced it too much as far as the line variation went. And here I am just erasing everything with my Bear eraser, and then just fixing the line art up a little bit before going in with the coloring. And with the coloring, I kept the fire the same as I did in my thumbnail, with the top right thumbnail, where it didn't have any lines, and I felt like that really distinguished it from the rest of the art piece, because the rest of the art had line art, and with the fire not having line art, it would kind of show that there's a difference there, and that is of major importance. You know, he's a fire user. I feel like that needs to be something that is very touched upon in the piece. And I also tried to do some lighting, which I definitely feel like I need to work on. In my previous collab with Satara Mazumdar, I had some lighting there too, and I was saying how I need to improve on that, and I'm definitely trying to do that in these videos. So here's where some of that lighting came in, and then I started doing the jacket. And the jacket, I feel like I could have done slightly better. The fire on the sleeve, like the fire, not necessarily embroidery, but like the design on the sleeve, I feel like I could have done better, but it was really tiny, so I guess it wasn't as easy to have the fire design as it was for the hand, where it was way bigger. As for the boots, I definitely feel like I did really well for the boots. The boots was basically just a lot of grays and browns, and I did the shading for the top of the boot and for the laces, and I feel like that definitely made it look like it had depth, and that definitely made the boot way better. As for the hair, I'm not sure how well I did the hair as compared to FlowerJuleDrops' art style. I tried to do the highlights and then had really dark colors right next to it. But because of where I had the highlights on the hair, I think it made it just seem like everything was dark except for the highlights. So I don't know how well that turned out. As for the eyes turned out okay. I feel like the left eye is way better than the right eye. Like, the right eye I had to work on a lot. But other than that, I feel like that went really well. And here is where I bring in my container of Sharpies and other art supplies to draw a circle around him to kind of make him contrast the white paper, make him stand out, you know. So here's just now where I start fixing some slight discrepancies, you know. The blue Ohuhu marker kind of went onto the hand a little bit, so I had to fix that. But with that, the piece is done. Now, if you guys like this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. That would be greatly appreciated. And please check out FlowerJuleDrops. She is an amazing artist here on YouTube. I will leave her link in the description. Please be sure to check her out. Have a magnificent day, and I will see you all later.